Looks like incense.
No.
It's the same fucking thing.
He doesn't know a goddamn word that he's saying.
I forget what the conversation was.
We're talking about incense, and then I blocked out whatever he said to further the point.
He said that the tip of the incense after it burns looks like pigeon shit.
Which it does.
I don't agree with that.
I think it kind of does.
But I haven't looked at enough pigeon shit.
Have you ever been to like a park around here and you've seen like
life.
the goose poop that's like gray and somewhat green?
Yeah, okay, I can
absolutely
see that.
Disgusting.
It's only the gray part though. It's not the rest.
I mean,
I'm more of like I like the whole dish.
Deer shit kind of guy, you know.
You got to take in the whole aesthetic of the shit, not just the one part of it, you know?
Wake up every morning to fresh brown berries.
Oh, my favorite.
Null Thought
I prefer
Podcast.
dingleberries.
Null Thought Podcast. I'm Zane.
Straight from the bush.
I'm Anthony, I guess. Straight from the...
and I'm out here picking dingleberries straight from the bush. I'm Alex.
He's the resident dingleberry guy.
I'm a dingleberry picker. What can I say?
I mean, it's your favorite berry. There's nothing more to it.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you have a strong opinion
on dingleberries?
About a certain breakfast food?
Oh, yeah. I was just curious about the waffles versus pancake debate for you guys personally.
I don't like pancakes.
Whoa.
I feel like people who sternly don't like one or the other are kidding themselves.
I'll eat both. I just don't like I would prefer a waffle over a pancake.
But why?
Because I don't know. Most often, like I like eating my shit on the plainer side.
Straight off the dingle bush.
Ripe for the pickings.
I do agree that like waffles kind of have the texture of being able to hold the pad of butter and the syrup in it.
Yeah, I feel like, because if anything, I'm just going to put like butter on my shit. I probably won't
Only
put like
butter?
much syrup on there, if at all.
I don't drown it. I make it like a sauce.
Well, you said none. You said none at all. Sometimes.
I mean, I could, yeah. I'm not opposed. Sometimes I just don't want to pull out butter.
So
you mean syrup?
Either or.
So with pancakes, do you put butter and syrup on it, or do you just eat it?
I kind of just eat them. Like I'm super lazy about
it. That's why you don't like them.
I mean, like I could make it how
you're
I
eating
enjoy
plain
it.
waffles and
I
shit.
prefer a plain waffle over a plain pancake.
No wonder you don't like them.
Wait, would you eat a waffle with no butter, no syrup?
Yes.
Whoa. Why?
That is insane.
What's
just
wrong with that?
A plain waffle?
Yeah.
I had a
toast phase, man. Like, you know, you don't.
Yeah, but you butter toast.
No.
What? Okay, so you're eating toast just straight at the toaster.
Dry toast.
I literally had a
hot and
toast
dry.
phase where I would just take bread, throw in the toaster, and it's like it adds a different kind of like thing to the toast. It's like, this is interesting as fuck.
Listen, whenever I'm sick and I can't eat a lot of food, or like I'll throw up or something, or I just can't intake a lot of, I don't know, flavors or something. I don't know why my body does that.
Yeah,
I go through a phase where I only eat buttered toast because it's pretty much the only thing I can intake.
Same.
So it's like, I understand, but if I had the option to, I mean, buttered toast is still good, but I'm not eating it raw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I can't even do that.
9 times out of 10, I'll put like butter and a little bit of strawberry jam on my toast, and then just make
butter and jam is really good.
Yeah, that's
really
good. But just straight out the toaster dry as fuck.
I'm not opposed to just eating dry as fuck.
So
toast.
dry.
It doesn't have to be dry. Just pop it out a little bit earlier.
You're like a World War I soldier. You're like, I'm eating
sandwich.
Oh yeah, that's a deep lore.
Didn't we already? Yeah, we did do that.
That's Plebcast lore.
That's probably what started it all.
No, it was
it is what started it.
What? World War II started my toast phase.
Do you still have that recording, Anthony, on your laptop?
I feel it on the fucking laptop. God,
yeah, it was definitely. We had an old studio in his
It
basement.
probably sounds like shit.
I thought that was at your house that happened at.
No, because I remember going up in your kitchen and we were trying to make them all.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
oh
can believe
yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
I probably don't though. I could look for it, but we'll see. The lost.
I kind of want to find that. Yeah. That was actually not a bad. It was. I don't know how to describe it. It was basically just. It was like worse buttered toast, but buttered toast is already pretty good. It's just more fucking bread. I don't want
part.
No, the butter's the best part. Why would you not put?
I enjoyed that fucking toast sandwich.
I'm not saying I didn't, but I'm saying I would probably enjoy buttered toast more. You're just putting butter
on it, a fuck ton of butter.
Yeah, but you're just putting more bread on it. No wonder you like it. You're eating raw pancake.
Yeah, you're a freak for that, honestly. Wait, would you eat a pancake, no butter, no syrup?
Yeah.
Whoa!
I just wouldn't like it as much.
He packs his lunch for work. He's like, yes, finally, my lunchtime.
Plain
yes, just one pancake. He starts eating it.
I enjoy food that is clean for the fingers that I can just like whip out like at a computer desk somewhere.
But you're not eating like pancakes with syrup and butter
on your hand as a finger food.
But like there's just a plain ass pancake. I'll pick that bitch up and just like it's like a nice little snack cake.
It's like the American
is a
rice
not
cake.
Just fucking cake.
I mean,
do
it
people
is,
not just eat plain cake sometimes? Can you?
That's barely cake. It's more.
Out of my
I think
ass.
it's closer to bread than it is cake.
Do you put condiments and sauces on a lot of other foods?
I mean, like I'll try like a bite or two of the condiment, but it really just depends on whether like I want the condiment on this thing at this time or not. I eat a lot of things, both plain and with sauce. It just depends on how goated the sauce is going to be.
How good with the sauce this corked up white boy is. I think when I was younger, I used to sternly be against sauce. On a lot of stuff. I was just weird as a kid. It's not because I didn't like it. It's because I just didn't try it and I didn't want to try anything new. But like recently, I've gotten into a mustard kick.
No.
I'm just squirting it straight into my mouth.
It's getting whiter by the day.
Mustard is fucking goated.
It's pretty goated.
It's so good.
I can't really enjoy mustard.
Stop. You eat pancakes.
You literally eat plain raw pancakes.
Not plain, straight up the batter.
The correct answer for this is if you want to eat something plain, you get a waffle. Throw some butter and syrup on that bitch.
But like, why?
If you want to eat something with flavors like chocolate chips or blueberries, some shit like that, pancake
Probably
all
pancakes,
the way.
yeah.
No, chocolate chip waffles are dope.
But they're not better than chocolate chip
hate
pancakes.
Chocolate chip
What's the
waffles.
difference? One is just lumped.
One tastes better than the other. That's what the difference is.
I don't like chocolate in a lot of my shit. I just can't get behind it. Chocolate just tastes bad in a lot of scenarios.
I'm a big chocolate guy.
I like chocolate chip pancakes and waffles, but having them for like a breakfast for my day just feels like I'm eating a fuck ton of like some super sugary cereal.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like you treat yourself to it. It's not something you would eat every day.
Yeah. As a kid, I think I can handle it more, but as an adult, it's like I probably would be more likely to eat it like at 11 p.m. at night. Like, I really want a chocolate chip pancake right now.
Yeah.
With fruit though, I could do that anytime. Like blueberries.
Blueberries pretty good.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
A lot of the times the blueberries taste ass.
Whoa.
A lot of the time when you go to some shop and you ask for a blueberry pancake,
Get better
they
blueberries.
manage to cherry pick the worst fucking blueberries and then throw it on your shit.
How many times have you had
God,
blueberry
Alex is
pancakes?
here.
20 times.
All right.
It's like I can, if you put blueberries in my shit and they're good ass blueberries, like okay, good ass pancake. But not, how is it that every other fucking time I go, you pick the sour motherfuckers and just plop them in my shit? Do I look gross or something? Do you hate me?
Yeah, you walk into a restaurant and they're like, "Oh my god, Alex is here. Get the scrinkliest, fucking grossest blueberries possible."
This might be a hot take, but I prefer the more tart blueberries.
I just would want to be. I want to know before I fucking bite it. You know?
You want to know what it's going to taste like before you taste it?
In your fucking food description, you say sweet ripe blueberries and you give me some tart ass shit, I'm going to be upset.
Some tart ass shit.
Like, what do you want? You can't just false advertise your fucking shit to me.
I think the sweeter the blueberries, the more it makes sense with like the syrup and butter. Or no, like the more tart the blueberries makes sense with the syrup and butter.
That's where it starts getting into syrupy territory.
Syrupy territory with the blueberries?
Yeah.
What about flavored syrup?
Oh, I love like blackberry.
I feel like they do a bunch of fucking wrong.
Blackbeard syrup. And blueberry.
I think their maple sugar one, like the fucking brown sugar maple syrup, whatever the fuck. I think that one just tastes awful.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I'm pretty sure I've had it on some occasions, but I don't remember the flavor that much.
It's like an old person sauce. It's really bad.
Black coffee type
It's like
beat.
fucking Rocky Road ice cream.
You don't like Rocky Road ice cream?
No.
What the fuck?
Doesn't it have nuts in it?
What, you like vanilla ice cream?
I'm fucking allergic.
Oh, well, that's a different story. Or you're allergic to butter and syrup too?
I wish, dude. I want to be such a badass.
You're allergic to flavor?
Damn, you allergic to good taste? You fucking idiot.
I used to be sternly pro waffle, but I can't deny that I haven't had some good pancakes, and I'm just kind of like whatever.
I feel like a lot of times pancakes taste the same too. It's like they're somewhat consistent, and it's just like
Well, between like pancakes and waffles, or between other pancakes?
You can have a really good waffle and a really shitty waffle, but pancakes I feel are always just like that middle ground for me, personally.
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know. I've had some really good chocolate chip pancakes.
Aspers?
But what I would say, is that you said like pancakes were more portable. I feel like waffles are more portable.
Oh, they have firm. They are.
That's why I still prefer waffles over pancakes. But like plain pancakes are pretty portable.
If I gotta take a breakfast pastry anywhere, it'd be a waffle, I guess.
Now, if I wanted to shit afterwards, probably a pancake.
What? How? How would it? The ingredients are the same. You're telling me that the structure of the pastry determines whether or not you shit yourself?
Yeah, it's fluffy.
The fluffier the food, the more I shit. Confirmed.
Aerosols inside just fucking launches out of me.
I get popcorn and I go wild. I feel like the more times I get pancakes from either when I make them or even just out at a restaurant, I feel like every time I get them, they're always a little bit raw in the middle.
Yeah, which also, is like real quick back to popcorn. Fuck buttered popcorn.
Kettle corn all the way.
Kettle corn is the fucking
goated.
Shit.
You can't have both.
No. Absolutely not.
Fuck you guys. You haven't had like good movie theater popcorn?
No.
Completely doctored.
It's gross. Fucking bad.
Cholesterol out the wazoo.
I'll eat it because it's something to snack on, but like kettle corn fucking shits all over.
I'm not denying that. I kind of just don't like the sweetness of it.
Kettle corn it's a little bit caramel on it too.
I don't know about that. That might be too sweet. But like fair. The kettle corn, it's like I feel like it's a perfect because there's like a saltiness to it as well, and there's like a salty sweetness to it. You know, I could down that shit.
I feel like I don't like that combination.
I think you're dumb.
It's like that. A little bit savory and a little bit sweet.
Do you not like chocolate
plain taste?
Do you not like chocolate covered pretzels?
I do. I mean, I see it in that regard. I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm saying that I prefer just the pure saltiness of regular
like
butter,
bacon
buttered
or
popcorn.
Chocolate covered bacon.
Chocolate covered bacon.
That might be weird.
I haven't had it personally. I think it sits a little bit weird in my mind, but the fact that I enjoy candied bacon, I feel like
candied bacon is a little different.
It is a little different, but I feel like it's got like the essence there, the heart, the soul.
Yeah.
And then the chocolate.
And then the chocolate that I don't like in the first place. So,
bacon in general was something that I used to really like as a kid, but now as I grow older, I'm kind of just finding that I can only have like 1 or 2 pieces of because I'm like I just don't like how much fat is on it.
My necks are feeling heavy, you know.
My neck clogged.
That was a double layered joke.
I walk upstairs and I get tired. But yeah, I feel like it's just, I don't know. I'm not a huge red meat kind of person to begin with. I feel like it's just something that I don't like the flavors of a lot of the extras that come with the meat.
That's fair. Do you feel like it's because you get like bad cuts of pecan?
No, I mean, I think I've had like good, what is considered good, quote unquote meat, and then stuff that is just kind of like hash, if you will.
Yeah.
Some swag.
Whoa. The real gas packs of the meat industry.
I've had some gas pack sirloins, let me tell you.
I've had some gassy meats, if I do say so myself.
Just in general, I find it as I get older, I just kind of dislike it more and more. I like leaner meat. I sound so old right now.
You sound like a protein head.
Yeah, you're about to cut red meat.
No, I mean. I would if I had the money, honestly. I don't like a lot of red meat.
I feel like red meat is more expensive than like chicken or fish or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, typically. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think it's really a money issue to cut out that. I barely eat red meat. It's like
I refuse to cut a lot of things out of my diet simply because if I have the option to eat it, I'll probably eat it if I'm into it.
Yeah. Personally, I don't eat much like meat and stuff outside of going to restaurants, but whenever I go to restaurants, I generally get meat.
Oh yeah, because that's the time. It's like, I'm usually don't have it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Let's fucking get it.
I just don't know a lot of other alternatives because I'm not a huge fish person. There's a lot of fish dishes. Yeah, I love chicken.
Yeah,
but that's the thing is like if I cut out red meat, I'd pretty much only be eating chicken and then sometimes fish.
When was the last time you guys like legit went like grocery shopping and like you went around like looked for like things
last week?
That,
Yeah, last week.
That's fair.
I live on my own, so I have to go grocery shopping.
That's fair. But like for me, I just like every time I go to the grocery store, it's like I always have like a list of things that I need. It's like I don't spend any time like actually looking at like, oh, what could I get?
Yeah, you're there for a mission because no one wants to spend time in a grocery store. Like, what should I eat?
Yeah, no, I don't do that. But like, I have like a mental list, and then if I'll think like, damn, I really kind of want this right now. The only tip I could say is don't go to the store hungry.
No, that's when you do
that's
it.
That's a universal tip.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that when I get older, just because when I'm feeling a little snackish and I go to the grocery store, my snackish persona comes out, and I'm like,
your primal snack urges.
Yeah, I'll go to the snack aisle and drop 100
cheesy Ritz crackers.
All right, this is a 30-minute fucking grocery store trip. I'm gonna spend about 25 of it down the chip aisle.
All snacks.
If I'm focused on saving as much money as possible, I won't go snackish. But like in terms of, there's so many times where I go to the grocery store and I come back and like later in the week I'm hungry or I'm feeling a little bit peckish and I'm like, I don't want to make food, but I kind of just want to munch on something. We have nothing because I don't go to the grocery store for snacks anymore.
Yeah. I get snacks, but like I don't splurge on a ton of snacks.
Yeah, every time finals comes up, I always head over to like CVS and grab some candy.
Yeah.
Or de-stressors.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of candy either. The only times I go and get candy are like when we do. I get some fucking...
I'm a candy head.
I love Mentos, Haichu, Mambas.
Dude, I had sour Haichus the other day. They were so fucking good. Like the
Haichus,
watermelon, grapefruit.
Haichus are like one of the only candies that I can just like eat and my mouth doesn't feel like dry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Your mouth becomes a fucking water park.
You guys big Starburst people?
Yeah, I enjoy Starburst, but I prefer Haichus and Mambas over Starburst at this point.
I might as well. The texture of Starbursts are like weird to me now.
Yeah, they're a little bit harder.
Yeah, they're harder and they're like more gooey. They're like, they get stuck to your teeth like way easier and they don't hold their form.
Haichus have like this weird like firmness to them where it's like it's gummy but firm.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't really tear apart unless you're chewing it for like a long time.
Yeah, it feels like gum, and then at that feeling where it's like I'm gonna swallow the gum.
Yeah,
that's about when you swallow the Haichu, and then life is good.
You know, like when you roll dough, like how you like go around. Yeah, it's like that's what I do in my mouth with a Haichu.
You're kneading Haichu in your mouth.
Exactly, and you can't knead a Starburst. Okay?
No, you can't. That shit just like gets like stuck in every corner of your teeth. It gets caught in fucking femto particles.
There's femto particles of Haichu in your mouth.
All the micro Haichus in our water.
It really helps
6 parts per million, Haichu.
It really helps your microbiome.
Yeah, true. I prefer the grapefruit. That really elevates my.
So grapefruit Haichu sounds like it tastes like ass.
It's all right.
Do you like grapefruit in general? How about Squirt soda?
I'm a huge grapefruit flavor.
Grapefruit taste?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently,
I mean, like it's okay.
I think if I were to drink one soda for the rest of my life, it would probably be Squirt.
Damn.
I think it's the thing is I don't drink soda that much regularly. Oh my guys, wait! Before you pin me off as a soda freak,
dude, I drink too much soda. Honestly,
I come back to it every once in a while. Like
it's just because it's so cheap.
Yeah, that's true. Just yesterday, I went over to KFC and they have this Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning. And I'm pretty sure they were out of syrup, so it just tasted like tonic water.
Yummy.
What is the flavor of it? Like, what does Sweet Lightning taste like?
I couldn't fucking tell you because it was just tonic water. It was just soda stream.
I feel like
soda streams are dog shit.
There's just something about fizzy drinks, Fuck sparkling water. I don't
about to say, why do you feel about sparkling water?
But just fizzy drinks like sodas and like other things that are fizzy, like fucking kombucha and shit. Like, it's just too good. Just hits the fucking...
Yeah, kombucha is great.
It's the taste buds.
Every time I come back to a pop, I get the burps like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I get the burps.
And it's like for still like 10 minutes that just like my intestinal tract is just inflated.
Yeah. You like can't talk to anyone. No. You're like, hey, what's going on?
The true American standard.
Yeah.
As you get away from pop more and more, I've tried to not drink it as much, but every once in a while I'll just binge for a week. Like when I'm stressed, I'll be like, I don't want to go fill up my water bottle. So I'm like, there's a pop right there. Yeah. Because the rest of people in my household drink pop pretty frequently. So I'm like, I'll just grab a soda.
Yeah.
If I please.
No pop in the new house.
I would be okay with that.
The new world order, no soda.
No soy, no soda.
As you get rid of soda more, you kind of understand why people like sparkling water and shit.
Yeah.
I hate sparkling water by itself is dumb. Just drink regular water.
So fucking gross. Literally use it for alcohol. That's it.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the flavor, like fucking LaCroix and shit, I kind of see it. I don't love it, but it's a good alternative.
It's such like a minute flavor. I still get so much of that tonic water in it. It's not worth dealing with the hiccups and the burps.
If you
do not like the fizziness?
No.
If you're a recovering alcoholic, I'll let you drink LaCroix.
I'll allow you to drink LaCroix.
Otherwise, you're not allowed, okay? Not in my fucking house. Okay?
Are you a recovering alcoholic?
I asked everyone at the door. Show me your AA coin. Your little...
They get little coins. They're like my AA. Right?
Where's your service dog?
Your emotional support.
Just fucking mauls you if you pick up a drink.
Oh my God.
You see a dude walk into a bar. He's like covered in dog marks.
It's like, don't let me near those bottles, man.
Are you going to a bar?
Just a look.
He's a window shopping for a recovering alcoholic. Only goes to a bar to window shop. He's like, God, I wish I could drink it.
He's living vicariously through all the bar goers.
Like, he's looking at other people.
No, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. No, I was getting ready to say it. I was gearing up. So I was
gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it.
Episode?
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. It was 10 years ago, Anthony.
Are you sure? Get over us.
Are you sure you're
Get over us?
I was talking about the last episode.
Oh, yeah. We don't need to rehash that. The last episode is the last episode for a reason. It's not this episode.
Yeah, we're putting it behind us. We've had a lot of edgy commentary.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, edgy commentary. How was your stream, Zane?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't do anything edgy.
Yeah, I mean,
why are you banned on Twitch?
Well, I have started streaming recently, and it's pretty fun.
Deleted the first VOD, I know.
No, I just didn't record it. I didn't realize you were supposed to enable it. I thought it just did it innately, but I guess it makes sense because if people just had it left on in the beginning, Twitch would have so much
enable
store.
Nightbot literally
saving VODs.
Nightbot literally bans those words. You have to make sure that's enabled.
Okay, well, I guess I have to.
I don't think you can get past Twitch's thing for those words.
Oh, yeah.
For those words specifically.
I mean,
the words that Zane loves using.
Yeah, these are experimental slurs I'm using during my
/Ragosis underscore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to add an underscore to yours.
Duke08 underscore or O_8.
Just get rid of the 08 and just do Duke Guy underscore.
Fine.
Yeah. We're trying to have no numbers.
Yeah, we'll be the null thought underscore.
I'd add 2 underscores to mine.
Defro
underscore under.
My fucking PS3 name when I first made my own account, it was so garbage. I was into like Black Ops 1 at the time. That was like the only game I played, and something in the like the Nova 6 gas. I remember seeing like a lore website for Black Ops 1. I don't remember what the actual site was, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with it. Like in the actual site, it was like GK Nova 6, which was a code name for the gas that was used in the storyline. And I was like, that's a dope name. I'm going to use it for my PlayStation, my PlayStation name. And I was like, this is so underground. No one else is going to use it. Turns out it's very common. So I went through like 2 hours of like going through different iterations, and I settled on GK Nova 2 underscores and then 6. And I was like, this is the dumbest name ever now that I'm growing up and looking at it. But during the time I was like, this is so fucking dope.
Dude, I mean, at least you made your fucking PlayStation 3 name. My Xbox 360 name, when I first started, my dad got my Xbox. I'm like fucking 6, 8, whatever the fuck when it came out. And it's my name followed by my area code. And that persisted until I was 20.
You dox yourself every game you go into.
It's my old area code now, thank God.
I had a friend on PlayStation. We were in like a Modern Warfare 3 fucking stupid ass clan together. And his name was like his first name, his last name, and then his birth date, like in numbers. And thinking about that now, I'm like, geez, dude.
Yeah. I remember crying to my dad because I couldn't change my name because I wanted to join like a Black Ops 2 clan. They wanted me to change my name.
Yeah, you had to have a cool name.
Yeah, you have to put like fucking GX or whatever the fuck at the beginning and the end of your name or some shit. It's like,
when
Dad, please. It's only like 300 Microsoft.
It's like $30 too, like 25 or some shit. When Tyler, Sean, and Dave, when we were all younger, they used to be super into like trick shotting and stuff. And they were in a couple different clans.
I could never.
It was just like their names were pretty cool at the time because they were like edgy or they were like
because you were 12. that's why they were cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't remember whose name this was, but it was someone. It was either Tyler or Sean's, but like they got into a clan and their name was like View Axis, and it was the View Clan. And I'm like, it's just so funny looking back at it because it's like all those names make no sense.
Yeah,
like what does that even mean?
They just sound cool.
Yeah, they sound awesome, but they don't have any
buzzwords.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're writing a thesis and you're just like word vomiting.
It's like you want to have like this weird online persona where people think you're like cool and mysterious, you know? Like like my Minecraft username was literally killer _ and then my birthday. Like, that's how mysterious I am and cool I am. So fucking stupid.
Mine was Waffles 555. And then I met someone online in like a fucking Hypixel like fucking server their name was Waffles 5555. I was like, no way. I think I still have the screenshot on an old computer of mine. I should probably find that because that was honestly like 1 in a million.
Yeah, what are the chances of that?
We were like,
did you guys live up to your fucking your username? What kind
killer?
Of like what kind of COD player were you?
I was not. I was not a good COD player.
I didn't play Call of Duty.
Oh, you.
I was not.
I didn't say slurs like you guys.
Damn. I've never said a slur over Call of Duty. Because I was in the family room.
Yeah. That's the only reason.
When I used to start getting
my mom to hear me slurring everyone.
Well, yeah. When I used to start like actually getting upset at video games when I was like 11 to 12.
Yeah.
I lived in a house.
Puncher?
What?
Were you a pillow puncher?
I was a couch puncher. Yeah,
dude, me too.
I'd be like, "What the fuck, dude?
I don't want to break the controller." Like right on the couch.
When I used to get super mad, I used to throw the controller, but it wouldn't be like somewhere where I wouldn't throw it to try to break the controller.
I would find the softest shit to throw.
Yeah, I would throw it like on the couch and just let it bounce around on the couch. I never broke a controller like that.
I had a friend, Roger, shout out Roger, who whenever we would play, I would go over his house to play PlayStation 3 all the time because he had a PlayStation 3 and I didn't. And he was like fucking dope. And he had like every single game ever. And and he was like, he raged a lot in games and he had it like perfectly set up where he knew like how to throw his controller and have it like bounce back to him. Like actually and like consistently too. He had like on his TV stand, he would chuck it like really angrily at the bottom of it. It would like bounce off the ground, bounce off the TV stand, and then come back and fly in his hand. And then he'd play again. It was actually it fucking like looking back on it, it's like insane. It's actually insane.
He was aware of the Matrix.
Yeah. He knew this shit was all a game from the beginning.
He was a serial rager.
Yeah, honestly.
I never said anything that was too out of line because I grew up like when I used to play video games, it would be early in the morning, like when my parents are, I mean, I would be playing games throughout the entire day, but most of the time, like when I'm getting angry at video games, I'd be playing for like several hours, like 6-7 hours at a time. So at the end point of it would be like 5-6 in the morning, but it's like, I wouldn't be able to scream or like be able to be as angry as I could or wanted to be just because of the fact that I would wake everybody else up in the house.
Yeah.
And that's how you internalize trauma.
I'd be like,
my mom would get so pissed at me for like staying up and playing video games. Like, but there would be multiple times that I remember where I would stay up the entire night playing like some fucking Minecraft mod pack or some shit like that.
Nice.
And then it'd be like 8 a.m. I'm just like playing my fucking game, listening to I Don't Care, I Love It with Charlie XCX. I don't care. And and I'm just gaming away, you know, and then I hear my mom for a split second. I hear the door open and I like literally just shut everything off instantly and go into bed and then like pretend to be asleep when she comes in. Yeah, I've done that so many times. Yeah, I did that all the time with my DS. Yeah.
When I used to get in trouble, I used to hide my DS. This only happened very infrequently, like maybe 3 times total. But
so they can't take it away from you.
Yeah, I knew where they hit it. It would be like behind where this microwave was. And I was like, I gotta play Sonic Adventure 2.
You will never find a greater detective than a 10-year-old whose Game Boy got taken away from him.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, I found a bunch of other shit.
A bunch of shit I was not supposed to find.
I found a gun in my dad's drawer.
But yeah, no, just like trying to hide some shit from like a 10-year-old, and they will find many other things.
Yeah, it's like the worst idea.
Yeah, just tell them where it is.
Yeah, and that they're not able to get it. Yeah.
Nobody gets hurt. Mom, where's my Game Boy?
We don't negotiate with terrorists, honey.
I went through all your personal files.
You show up to your mom like with like the eye froed up kind of stature where you're in the doorway with the light.
Hide eyes.
Where is my DS, mother?
I know what happened in the summer of 1983.
Who told you?
I found the gun with the cereal bar scraped off of it.
I scrubbed it for prints. They were yours.
I don't tell the police, and nobody gets hurt if you give me back my Game Boy.
My D-boy.
I used to be super obsessed with actually Sonic Adventure 2, where like you were able to like raise the Chow.
Oh,
it was like a mini game where you're able to.
I spent probably more hours in the Chow Garden than I did the actual fucking game.
Yeah, me too. Because it's so in depth. I mean,
you can race them. They can fight. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you get so many emblems like that, and for like the emblems in the game actually do other things in the game. Like once you get a certain amount, it does other things. Like you show up to the Chow shop, and it's like, ooh, there's an orange egg here. I can have an orange Chow, and then you start the process all over again by throwing that egg at a wall. The Chow comes out, and it's like, holy shit! I get that. It's a clean slate all over again. Because the way that they like evolve.
Chow Garden was the first cookie clicker.
It was like the first. It was. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like.
Chow Garden was like a fucking phone game. It was
like a little what's that? Like the little pocket pet.
Oh,
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, Tamagotchis.
Yeah,
was it like Tamagotchi?
Yeah,
it wasn't as in depth. It wasn't as in depth, but you could do more interesting things with them. Like Alex said, you can fight with them.
Yeah,
it's a little karate boxing.
They can race. They can run out of stamina.
Dude, I used to go hard in those races. I would like train one Chow to be specifically great at flying. So when it goes to the flying sections, I'll like lose the entire match. But as soon as the cliff comes and they just they go across the entire gap, and all these Chow were like drowning in water. And mine's just flying above. But then as soon as
skipping other segments of the fucking track.
And then as soon as it gets in the water or ground, it starts crawling again because its walking stat is so shit.
It's crying.
I've used all my morale bar.
The Chow Garden is basically, if you ever played it on Newgrounds, fucking Duck Life, or like all those Flash games, or like you raise the duck.
Duck Life is really familiar.
Duck Life 1 through 3 and shit. I think number 3 you get to like evolve into some weird humanoid mutant.
I remember everyone playing that in like the computer lab at
fucking
in, like, middle
cool
school.
Math games. Yeah, it was the fucking shit.
Cool math games. Dude.
Yeah,
the only game I played on there was
Run 2.
Yeah. Sigma males grinded out Run 2 speed runs. Every time you get into class.
I have a friend now that does it. He'll be in the middle of our programming class, and he'll be playing Run.
The Michael?
No,
I believe it.
I would not put it past Michael.
Michael, I think, has done it on other occasions too.
Of course.
It's like, yo, he's playing Run 2. I'm gonna race him.
I think my favorite game on Game Boy. I honestly only really remember playing the fucking Pokemon games on that shit.
I've never played a Pokemon game, and they still look like garbage. Like, what is the fun of a Pokemon game?
I don't remember pretty much anything like very specific of it. I just remember playing it a lot.
From what I see, the fun of learning Pokemon is learning rock, paper, scissors.
It essentially is like that, but for the most part, you can get. I mean, it depends on the Pokemon that you have, and that's basically the entire point of it. Because there's,
catch them all.
I think in the beginning, like the first couple games, it was focused on like getting all the Pokemon and then beating the game regularly. But once the gameplay loop literally hasn't changed since the 90s,
87,
whenever the first Pokemon game came out, it's essentially been like, it's how to build the best team in the certain game. And that's why I play it. I mean, I've replayed the same like Black and White and then Diamond and Pearl like so many times now, just going back and trying to find like a different build or like different Pokemon.
All I know is like Raticate is like fucking broken or some shit.
Raticate?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, you're wrong.
You don't know anything about the meta, bro.
Normal types are garbage.
Oh,
garbage except for like
you hear
4.
that?
Not an Emerald. I don't know shit about.
I mean,
Pokemon.
the stats do change. It depends on what
Mine's
Pokemon
actually
you're playing.
sturdy, which means that it doesn't take head bonk damage when it falls.
Sturdy in the actual games are so annoying. It's mostly for like rock
Doesn't
types.
It give them like 1 HP.
It
on like
prevents them from getting one shot, which is super annoying because for a lot of Pokemon, you kind of like they could be super heavy attackers.
I use 23x attacks and you get fucked.
Yeah, I mean it's more
setting up sword stance for like 5 hours.
Yeah, I'm priming a fucking stockpile for the past 5 turns, and then you die because you don't actually get to unleash it.
I've seen Pokemon speedruns done by Small Ant. That's all I've seen.
Mm. I think you would like Pokemon games, Alex, just because of how much you're actually able to min-max Pokemon.
That sounds so fucking annoying.
I think it's pretty fun.
It really does. Because when I get obsessed with min-maxing, I get fucking obsessed.
I think you'd really like it, Ben.
No.
I think I'm trying to enable your
my own sanity. I don't want to get into
trapped.
This.
Get trapped in it.
I'm going to get every shiny Pokemon.
You don't want to do that. I feel like that's like, actually don't want to do that.
Don't talk to me about this.
That's like a decade-long journey.
It's when the Diamond and Pearl
512, 1 in 512 chances.
Way more than that. It's like 1 in 3,000 something. I think in all of the Pokemon games that I've played, I found maybe 4 or 5 shiny Pokemon, and I've played through probably.
Those are all the story-given ones.
Yeah. Well, not
story-given ones.
They're the only story-given one that I remember is the Red Gyarados.
Okay.
In the Lake of Rage. That's like the only one that I think is given to you in the game. But other than that, I wasn't even counting that, but I guess that would count. When the Diamond and Pearl remix came out, I spent so much time trying to figure out like what Pokemon can I find that aren't like the fucking.
On Route 5, I can find a Voltorb that can self-destruct into a Raichu.
I was like, I literally was like looking at Bulbapedia, like what can I find in which routes? It's like, literally, this is true. Clefairy can only be found on fucking Mount Coronet between this route and this route. Like they're found most common, like 20% chance before like 10 o'clock in the morning. Because they're like star Pokemon or whatever. So I was like running around in there and I'm only finding fucking Geodude because that's the common Pokemon in there. But I was only trying to find one that had a fucking Moonstone on it because you can't get a Moonstone in any other way in the game besides finding a fucking Clefairy or Clefable.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew this.
Sounds like a fucking epic gameplay loop, honestly.
Super epic.
It wasn't. And
then you get them all
bad,
to 99.
I didn't bother doing that. That's too much.
You're telling me you didn't put in the time and effort to put all 600,000 Pokemon.
You're telling me this, min-maxer.
Okay, I'm gonna say something.
That
Pokemon's bad.
I don't even care about Pokemon anymore. Okay, in terms of Game Boy, like I think the DS shits all over the Game Boy.
Absolutely,
even in games too.
I think the
favorite. I feel like the Metroid series is much better than Game Boy.
My favorite DS game that I remember playing, there were 2. They were both Mario based. One was, I don't know if it was Paper Mario, but it was like this Mario game. We talked about it so many times where they're like Mario's that you like turn, like you turn the dial on the back and they move in a straight line.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it was like, it might have been a Donkey Kong game even.
It was like a puzzle game where you had like the little Mario figures move. They're like wind up toys.
Exactly.
I only had a fucking demo for that shit.
Yeah. I got it at fucking, the Exchange. I got it at the Exchange. That's where I found it.
That's a game I went hard at. I tried to get like all the coins and shit.
It was so much fun. It was sick. And also
puzzle games are kind of like perfect to have on the go.
Dude, like the people who made Mario, aka Nintendo,
the little developer.
They went crazy on fucking DS, making like actually really good and then Mario
the Switch
games.
Comes out and they're like, let's make Doom.
Let's get Doom on this shit. Kids will love it.
Kids will love it. And also, it had like Pick-to-Chat or whatever.
Oh yeah, I never used that shit.
Really?
No.
I would use it on the
cousins.
I would use it on the bus because like you didn't need like internet or anything to use it. You would just connect directly to other DSs. Or DS, DI.
Yeah, DIs.
Dude, I remember playing Nintendogs and walking my fucking dogs.
Dude, that game, I used to walk. I would be like, that would be something I min-max too. I would look at the route that my dog can take. I'm like, all right, this dog is a great walker. I can take it around the block maybe 4 times.
Yeah,
and I can definitely get that.
Then you meet up with like a really shitty neighbor dog. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, fuck my run.
Did you guys?
I missed all the presents.
Did you guys ever play that one game where it was like a brain training game or something?
Brain Age Academy.
Yeah, Brain Age Academy. God. Yeah.
I still have those fucking cartridges.
Really?
I think my Brain Age is like, I don't remember.
Do you guys think you learned anything from it?
I don't know. It got me like just more familiar and quicker with like math and shit overall.
Yeah, I literally don't remember anything from it. Except that I played it.
just my reasoning skills, if anything. I think that's one of the things that's like worthwhile for, because it's not like it really gives you a bunch of hard shit, but it does give you things in like abstract like means where it's like, oh, these fucking grapes and this banana are equal to a fucking elephant and this giraffe. So that means that this scale is, it just builds reasoning
like
skills.
an equation puzzle.
Yeah,
at that
essentially. So it's a really nice game. I enjoyed it.
Did you guys ever?
But also, I'm a fucking nerd.
Yeah, I remember liking it, but I don't remember it.
Do you guys? Have you guys ever played? It was like a math game. It wasn't an actual video game. It was a game that you played in elementary school, where like you went around the class and you had okay. So it starts with one person. If you get the math problem right, it would be like a flashcard. It would be like 3 times 9.
Dude, I did that in like kindergarten, I think.
I did it all throughout elementary school.
Oh, but it was continue. Don't cut him off.
Yeah, Alex.
I was just saying that I think I've done it.
It was like I don't even know how to describe it other than like, it was basically.
Does it just get like popcorn to someone else, basically?
It wasn't popcorn. It was like when it starts with someone in the class. And if they get the problem right, they get up and go to the next person in like the class or whatever, or like however your fucking desks are set up.
Like around the world kind of shit.
It is kind of like around the world.
I do remember that.
Or like you challenge the next person to the math battle.
Yeah.
I do remember that. If you get it right, you move on to the next person.
That'd be a fun shit to do on Twitch.
No. That would be kind of fun.
Bunch of grown ass people.
That would be kind of funny to do.
We're doing an old school math battle.
It's honestly kind of demeaning on the other side. I mean, not to brag, but I was the only person that got all the way around.
Ooh, damn, you remember that? You peaked in kindergarten.
I literally did peak. I told my grandpa when I got home, I was like, bro, you're not going to believe this, dog.
I made it to the end of math around the world.
He's like, good shit. Daps me up.
He hands you a blunt.
Gives you a Viking handshake.
I thought you can say, gives me a Viking handshake. He's like, you were in this, Sonny. But yeah, that was a game.
He gave you his like Medal of Honor.
You deserve a Purple Heart for here.
He did fight in the Korean War, so he gives me his medal. He's like, you were in this. You're braver than I. Yeah, that game was fun. Have you guys ever played Sparkle?
Sparkle.
No. It was basically a spelling game of the same category where like you get a certain amount of people. It was like you get 10 people in the class to do a Sparkle session. They go up in the class and they're like, you start with one person, you get a word. It's like fucking extravagant. And it's like the first person goes, it's like E, X, T, and then goes all the way down the line. And once it gets to the last person, they say Sparkle, and then the next person gets out. And then they pick a new word without the next person, like an elimination.
Oh wait, no, I do remember that. And then I remember specifically picking a word to get someone fucked out or fucked over and thrown out of the game. Like I remember like specifically counting like letters. I'm gonna get my friend out with this next word.
The teacher always gave us the word. If that was part of the strategy, I would have gone down swinging.
Yeah, we were allowed to pick the words, I think.
Very competitive in the academic.
Yeah. I kind of like those games though. I fuck
with them.
I fuck with them a lot because like I'm competitive.
Absolutely.
You know? And I enjoy
Valorant.
And I enjoy competing in like a friendly level, you know, not like I'm never going to be like I'm going to hate someone because they are competitive.
You sure?
Well, I hate you already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz we're just natural competitors.
Well, if I'm in a batch of Sparkle with a bunch of other smart kids, I'm like,
yeah, you're sweating.
Yeah, you go into the honors English class for like a day. It's like, we're here to visit. We're playing Sparkle. It's like, fuck, god damn it.
There's like a substitute teacher comes in and everyone's like, can we play Sparkle, please? I want to fucking destroy my classmates.
Or you just like talk to the sub so they don't like start the lesson ever. You just egg them on and keep asking them about their life.
They're usually just old people that are like, they're doing this as a side gig essentially. Instead of being a greeter at Walmart,
they're like shit.
They're a substitute teacher.
I love all the times in Cisco when we would get a substitute teacher. We're like, yeah, no, we got our packets and shit.
Oh my God. Don't have to worry about us.
They would truly be babysitting you because what are they going to know about Cisco?
They don't know
teachers like, I specialize in Cisco.
Dude, one time we literally like airlifted Taco Bell into Cisco.
Oh, like out the window?
Yeah. I think I still have the video.
Yeah, we had our buddy Dawson. He got like out early in the day or whatever. And we asked him like, yo, can you go pick up Taco Bell and just bring it back to us? And he was like, yeah, but how am I going to get it into you? Like, how am I going to get into the fucking building?
Yeah, because he'd already left at that point.
Yeah, he was gone. Yeah, and he wasn't going to come back. I think he actually cut class that day, and that's why he couldn't come back in.
Wow.
Yeah, alpha shit. But he so what we did was we tied like a bunch of Ethernet cables together, and then we had him like I forget if we tied like a basket thing or if he just tied it around. He just
tied the Ethernet cable around the bag, and we lifted it up, and it was we literally had to take out the screen door of the fucking window.
The substitute teacher's like, how do these kids get Taco Bell in here?
They didn't even look at us.
He did ask what we were doing once. I was like, we're just doing some networking. we're setting up this lab that we have to do.
You're like visibly tying Ethernet cables. You're like, no, this is how it works in Cisco.
This is how the internet goes.
We're just making more length.
We don't have any connectors, so we're using the energy of the wires when you tie them.
We're making a magnetic field.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this? Fucking idiot.
Fucking sub. What do you even know?
Go back to your fucking Tom Clancy book. I think he was always reading a book whenever he came in. I love that substitute teacher, though. He was a cool ass dude.
Oh, wait. Was it the one old dude?
Yeah, the one dude with the white hair. He was always reading a book.
I do remember him. He kind of looked like a frog. Not in a bad way.
He was a cute frog.
He just looks a little froggy.
He reminded me a little bit, like he looked kind of similar to my grandpa.
Is that what you find him endearing?
That's probably why I did find him endearing. He's dead now, so I was like, I mean, not the substitute teacher, but at the time, my grandpa wasn't dead. So
sorry for inadvertently calling your dead grandpa a frog.
I don't give a shit. I've kind of gotten past it at this point. Yeah. It's like, I gotta move on. It's
past him calling your grandpa a frog.
I was talking to Anaya, and
shout out to Anaya.
Like, you ever have those split realizations that you're finally okay with someone's death?
Yeah, where you just like don't think about it anymore. Like it's not ever present. I was
saying that she was talking to her grandpa. I was like, over the phone. I was like, oh wow, cool. Mine can't. And
my God.
And then I just moved on immediately with the conversation. Dude, just like,
oh yeah,
at that moment, I just realized, like, I think I'm cool with this now. Yeah, like, I'm all right.
I make jokes like that about my dad all the time, and I think they're hilarious. Other people sometimes get uncomfortable, but I think
I just responded to me just, oh my God. I'm like, oh, was that too much?
Jenny makes jokes about her dog that recently passed all the time. She literally did that to you guys. She was like, hey, you want to meet Buddy? And she hands you a box.
That shit was so funny.
She did it to Michael when we had Michael over the one day. She was having that party or whatever. And she's like, Michael, you want to meet Buddy? It's my dog. And he's like, yeah, sure.
Nobody says anything.
I was like, Jenny, no. Michael's too pure for this.
Michael's not too pure for that.
Well, yeah, maybe. He's too nice. He's too nice of a dude.
Yeah.
Jenny, I remember just like the scene of Michael looking down, expecting a dog, and then it's just a box. That's fucked up, but it's so kind of funny.
You'll only get to see the realization of that on someone's face like once.
Yeah.
That's the feeling.
That's the example of like.
That's why Jenny does it, probably. Yeah.
That's an example of an edgy joke that actually goes well because it's like no one's really harmed by it.
No.
In terms of,
and the dog's been over it.
The dog's not harmed by it. It can't be harmed by anything anymore, dude.
True.
Come on.
Not even fire.
The dog did it once, didn't like it.
It's immune to fire now. It wasn't before. Now it is.
Can you burn ashes more?
Upgrade.
I don't think so.
I mean,
because that's why they're ashes.
Cover yourself in ashes. You cannot get
Wouldn't
burned.
Wouldn't you like to know Mr. Last in rotation?
In terms of death entirely, I feel like it's just one of those things where when I was younger, people further away from me and my family used to pass away. And I would be like, it would affect me only a little bit. It would only really affect me when I went to the funeral.
There
was like a great uncle. Yeah, kind of, honestly.
You got death trial runs.
Yeah. I had small hits at first, and then eventually my grandpa died, who I was really close to. And that really sucked. It's one of those things where I feel like it's more of like a spiritual burden, if that's the case. It's not really a burden, but it's like you're carrying a weight of
your legacy.
Yeah, I guess that's a way to put it.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like if you guys died, I would have the same thing where it's like I am living my life for you guys now at that point.
That's fair. I think it's like what's it called?
There's like a beautiful way to look at death more so.
Yeah, because I honestly
there are ways to look at it that's just easier to accept.
Yeah.
It's just that they had their time. Let them be. Do you think?
I think existence is absurd. Like we live in absurdity, honestly.
We really do.
And like I think like death is just like an absurd concept to wrap your head around, I think. And like because it's like it's impossible for you to think like I'm never gonna see this person ever again. And that's like what really feels shitty. You know what I mean?
I think it's the closest to like nothing we ever get.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
Where it's just that the very existence of this person, besides whatever records they have left, just ceases to be. They can no longer continue to do or
I still
add
have
more things.
Like
to
voicemails of my grandpa.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's kind of that legacy deal. I mean, they say you die twice.
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
I'd rather just die once. I don't want to be remembered.
I think, well, I've talked to Alex about this a little bit, but like ever since our one trip, it's been like, the idea of like the collective consciousness is something that I kind of just choose to believe in. Like after death, we get loaded into not like digitally loaded into anything, but like I would be in a space where I understand that they are here with me and that they would understand that I'm also there with them. Kind of like an amorphous death drawer.
There's that one game that I think back in the Plebcast era I talked about, but it's called Soma. And
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, it's just this whole thing where it's like these people's brains are essentially digitized, and like every time you boot up the person's brain, it's from the exact moment they were scanned. And so like they just run from that instance. However, and it's just like you can choose to, does living imply like ending that simulation and they'll just be stored as data forever, or do you keep them alive in whatever because it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing,
like a dystopian thing,
where it's like, do you leave them basically as just this lone entity alive until however much power is there goes out?
That's really interesting. I don't know. The thing about I think existence and consciousness is just so bizarre and weird. Like, I don't know if it's even like worth like trying to understand. It's just like you just have to accept something.
Yeah, that's why I've just tried to think of something. Like, I think that brings me the most peace in my life is like the idea that wherever they are now, they know how I feel. Yeah. They know that like I love them, I miss them, whatever.
I don't know about any of that, but
I'm just choosing to believe it. There's no way to prove it, just like any after death experience. It's just one of those things that brings me the most peace in my life.
Yeah, that's fair. I've kind of taken like the martial arts stance on it, where it's like the consciousness is an entity in which that I am
fighting,
not necessarily fighting, but like I need to master it. And when I die, if my consciousness is strong enough, if I've created
threw me the jewel and it hit directly the microphone.
If I've created like a strong enough vessel that can brave the valley of the void, I can persist through.
You're doing it as like a battle stance. It's like, once I get to death, I need to do my tribulations.
No, seriously, like what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. Like what else can I do other than just like one last fight, one last ride?
Your fight is like an RPG final boss battle.
Yeah, it's just like the blackness and then the four kings pop up. It's like
I don't know if we as like observers in our own existence know when we die or like if we die. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's fair. I just exist to permeate my own existence.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think the thing that most people don't realize is like when you die, it's not like you're experiencing just black, no senses at all. You're not experiencing anything. You don't even know what you're experiencing because you don't have any ability to do so. Yeah. It's like when I was a kid and I started becoming less religious, I kind of was afraid of death just because of the fact that it was like, it seems permanent like it is, it's permanent nothingness forever for the rest of eternity. And that's not true because you don't even experience it. You're not experiencing anything. And I think that is more peaceful than experiencing nothing. I would rather not experience anything at all because there's no
like experiencing nothing. That sounds like you're just, it's super lonely. Like you have like a singular, like a point existence, like in some, just like black void or something like that.
I've kind of justified death as just like a battle I'll fight when it happens. It's like, it's an unexpected thing that's always just like in the back of your mind. And like being able to cope with the knowledge that someday you're going to die, it's a weird kind of like line that you tread, it's you're constantly just like it's there. It's a reminder that, you know, you will die. But how do you face it? Because you don't know when it's going to come. It's absolutely unexpected.
That's why
you might have inklings of ideas of like, it's going to come now or around now. But it's like,
yeah, there's moments where you're like, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So in general, it's mostly like what I find in like living my life, and what I think a lot of other people should do as well, is like find a way to cope.
Yeah,
find a way to seize with it. Of course,
yeah. I mean,
whatever your reason is, live through spite.
And some people, like, they don't need a reason. You know what I mean? Like, they can just like, you can be like an atheist and be like, I don't know what the fuck happens. Like, I don't believe in anything. Yeah. Like, it is what it is.
I'm agnostic now.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to believe anything that a certain religion says. Yeah. I think there are interesting concepts. Like I like the idea of like heaven and hell,
and there's insight as well. I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I take a lot of reference from Zen Buddhism, mostly because it doesn't really necessarily like permeate the idea of death, and it's not its main focus. It's about, you know, taking the moment and living through that.
All about life energy.
Yeah, it's about existing with everything all at once.
That's kind of where I've justified death in my own personal experience. Whoever has died before me, whoever's going to die, like after I die, it's like we all kind of share the same experience. And I think in death, you're never really alone just because of that fact.
Yeah, death is like the one unifier of every living thing in the entire universe.
There's no race in death.
Except jellyfish. They can live to infinity.
They don't have brains. I don't think they experience life.
You don't know anything about
Are you
jellyfish.
a jellyfish?
Yeah.
I fucking wish I was. I don't have to do taxes.
You don't know that. There might be jellyfish taxes.
They're like, fuck, I gotta go to Jellyfish H&R Block.
America's now started taxing all jellyfish.
It's just... I'm going to go to Jellyfish Walmart. Everything is just Jellyfish X.
To offload national debt, we are now taxing the sea.
Oh my God, it's Jellyfish 9/11.
Yeah, there's a fucking ship it's crashing into fucking the Jellyfish World Trade Center.
The stock market crashed.
The World Jelly Center.
My coral prices.
Yeah, my coral futures.
Coming off of the topic of death, jellyfish are probably...
My seaweed timeshare.
My jellyfish stocks. They're probably my favorite animal, to be honest. Really? They're just so fucking weird. They're really so old.
Yeah.
Like jellyfish were one of the first multicellular organisms.
They're a bunch of smelly old men.
Honestly. Yeah. I mean, it's like they've survived this long without a brain at all.
Smelly old beings, you know? They don't need to be men.
Do they have gender?
I don't know.
The jube tube.
Or you mean sex.
The jube tube.
Yeah.
You ever see jellyfish that wash up on shores? Like when you guys go vacation? I don't know if you guys have ever taken a vacation
before.
I have not. I've never been to a beach in my life.
They're really weird. Like when you see them in the beach in general is a really weird ecosystem just because of how...
It feels so dirty.
Most of them are pretty dirty just because of tourism going to it. But
it's also whale shit everywhere.
There's like...
And cum.
Dude, I went to the...
Dude, speaking of cum.
Cum, that reminds me.
When I went to the Outer Banks, I haven't been to the Outer Banks in fucking forever. I don't know.
What is this, some like fourth dimensional area? The
Outer Banks is in fucking North and South Carolina. You think that's another dimension?
When you call a place the Outer Banks, I'm thinking like Cthulhu lives there.
The Outer Banks does seem like a really primordial location. However, when you go there, there's along beaches like that, especially on the East Coast in general, there's crabs out the wazoo, like those little ghost crabs. Dinner. They're not for eating. What? I guess you could.
Isn't there like a legal size thing that you can...
Legal size?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know crabbing laws.
I think you're right that they're... Or it might not be a law thing, but it's just like a general practice of like law of crabbers.
Over 3 inches, that's pretty big. Yeah.
I'm a crabber. This is a huge crab. What do you mean?
This is a big crab, right? This is a huge crab.
It's like 2.5, 3 inches.
Tony.
He's like, no,
perfect for dinner.
Dude, some of those ghost crabs can be fucking huge. They could be the size of a quarter, or it could be the size of like a fucking baseball.
Dude, you saying ghost crabs being pretty big, I'm just instantly reminded of Subnautica, and I fucking hate
Subnautica.
it. There's crab squids in that game, and those
are huge.
The scariest motherfucking
Subnautica awakens a primal fear in me.
It does.
I used to be like I used to want to be a marine biologist when I was younger, like as a profession.
Looky here.
And then playing. Oh, it's not playing Subnautica that changed my mind, but just looking at what I would have to do, like going out in the open ocean and like researching. It's just like too scary for me because like even being in the open ocean where I'm not able to see land is so frightening.
Really?
And then being on the beach, like I don't like going too far into the ocean anyways. Like if I'm up to my waist in the ocean, good enough. I'm not going any further. Fuck that.
I respect it.
Yeah, I haven't had that issue because I've been on like multiple cruise ships and like I felt okay on them. Yeah, they were pretty.
Well, you're on a cruise ship. It's more of like a hospitable place.
I mean, maybe, but you can look in any direction. You won't see any land ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like
at that moment, I mean, I feel like I could be okay in that situation because I have
okay with the idea of like lost at sea, but lost in the sea.
I don't know about that.
Wait, what are the
I have two fears, and they come down to the same idea of like I don't know where the fuck I am, and this place is too vast.
If you're lost in the sea, you're just gonna drown.
No, being lost at sea means that you have a ship. Being lost in the sea means that your plane crashed and you have to swim.
You drown.
You drown.
You die.
I drink salt water very quickly.
You're just like, this is it. I'm gonna die. Whatever.
Like I'll dehydrate, I'll trip balls, and I'll die.
God, I couldn't even imagine trying to stomach like fucking like that much salt water. Yeah, you. Have you ever like swallowed any salt water?
Yes.
Ever? You have.
Yeah.
And you think you could do it?
I could kill myself. Yes.
I had a cousin when we went to the Outer Banks when we were younger. I had a cousin who was like not the brightest, and he would just walk up to the ocean, drink as much salt water as he could, and then he'd come back. I remember my mom tells this story really well, and my sisters, because they were old enough to remember this. Because he's older than me, he's probably around my sister's age. But
he's like 25. What happened?
He was probably like 8, maybe. I was super young.
Okay.
But he just walked up to the ocean, just like took a wave and just opened his mouth.
Oh my
and just
God.
Like instead of spitting the water out, he just drank it. He's like, whatever. And then he comes back and just projectile vomit all over the beach blanket. I'm like, what do you think is going to feel so good? Well, what did you do? I drank 15 gallons of salt water.
Kicking Kool-Aid.
Please tell me it's Kool-Aid.
No, honey, we only have Squirt.
Fuck.
I hate Squirt.
8-year-olds hate Squirt.
True.
A story that I wanted to mention earlier is one time, the most recent time I went to the Outer Banks, I wanted to just walk on the beach at night because I was older. I was like maybe 18.
I want to be mysterious and cool.
No, I just wanted to take a walk.
Ocean.
I mean, I was old enough.
GH Novus. GK Novus.
_ 6.
You could call me Killer 0023.
Someone meets me on the beach, or they're like, "Are you GK Nova _ 6?" I'm like, "Who's asking?"
Few people know me by that name.
What do you need?
Are you with the cartel? Yeah. Anyways, if you go on that beach at night, there's like crabs, like those fucking little ghost crabs. And since it's like you'll just be walking with your little beach shoes on, and then you'll hear a crunch. And it's just like, oh no, I don't want to look. I'm just going to keep going. Another crunch. Fuck, dude. Another crunch. And then I'm out. I'm like, whatever.
Genociding these crabs.
They're just running around underneath my feet. It's like, what do you think you're doing?
Get the artillery.
Yeah, and they chase you down. Some of them the bigger ones are aggressive, and they have like pinchers. They're like,
oh my God.
Yeah, you can get, I mean, they don't hurt that bad, but they do pinch.
D&D campaign to these crabs.
Yeah, I'm a fucking giant. I'm an ogre disturbing their nighttime parade. It's like during the day, you can see a lot of them. Like you'll see the little holes that they dig. You can see them digging holes. Occasionally you'll see like a big one, but when you go out at night, it's just like a flock of them just running around the beach. And it's like, you can't walk on the beach at night or else you will get crabbed.
You will get crabs. Have you guys
That's
ever...
a story for another time.
Have you guys ever found a sand dollar? Or or like a starfish or anything like that?
Aren't they like fossils or some shit?
They're not fossils, but they're like they probably like lived in like fucking pre-Cambrian times or some shit. You know what I mean?
Like 40, 50 weeks ago.
Yeah. But they're like they're like fucking
dog weeks.
They're like small like hockey pucks almost that like breathe and like move. It's like super weird.
That's so interesting.
Like if you look up like a sand dollar, it's like it's super.
No, I don't think I will.
Or there's like the horseshoe crabs.
Oh, I was about to mention those. Yeah, those are actually those are they haven't changed.
Yeah, they're like super ancient.
Something that I kind of have an affinity for science-wise is like deeper sea. I think it's just extremely
I have the least affinity with the deep sea creatures.
Have you seen them? They're fucking bonkers. I
have, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I think they're super interesting.
I find it really cool, but I couldn't do that research ever.
I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, because you're down in like a glass sphere. You're like, if I see one crack, I'm hyperventilating.
I remember watching like a documentary of like this guy who he was just recounting the story of him like being in one of those like super submerged like kind of like bases where you get to live there for a little while and then you come up for research or some shit. But I remember he was talking about how they have to go into the water deep down and to take a shit and to piss.
Oh my God.
And like there's only the illumination from the base that far down.
How deep are they? I feel like the pressure would be too much to take a shit.
They still go down past the point of like light reaching through.
Oh, okay. So it's not a ton of pressure, but it's like
it's just really fucking dark.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember the story of this dude, and he's down there. He's deep in the water taking a shit, and then he just sees like this fucking like this massive thing like whip out into the darkness. He immediately evacuates his bowels.
That's the way you would do it.
Apparently, it was one of those like it was a massive fucking fish down there. Though. It was
they like crazy. Deep sea gigantism.
Have you guys ever been like scuba diving or anything like that?
No, fuck that. I think it'd be interesting, but maybe before
like
I
snorkeling.
Die. No.
I definitely want to go scuba diving.
I'd like to go in the shallowest water possible.
I went and like
maybe around some coral reefs.
I tried like it was really cool because like there were like these sunken ships and stuff like that. Shit. And it was about like maybe like
the Titanic.
Yeah, we were that deep.
And gold.
It was maybe about like 20, maybe 30 feet deep or something like that. But like if you like swim down like maybe like a little bit past like 6 feet, like a regular like pool depth. The pressure is actually insane.
Yeah, dude. Like I can't even handle going starts like 9 meters.
No,
like, my ears start to fucking hurt.
It shit is ridiculous. And so like I couldn't even imagine like the training that you have to do like those long ass dives that are like 60, 100 fucking feet or something like that.
I remember seeing like a post on Reddit of like nature is scary or some shit, and it's literally just like a deep sea sign, and it just has a warning that's like there's nothing worthwhile past this point. If you go past here, you will most likely die.
Yeah, I've seen
it's just like that. The idea of that is so fucking scary. And also like scubaing through a cave. If you hit a rock, if you hit like a rock and so like dust kicks up, you are instantly disoriented. That shit's not gonna settle back down for a long ass time.
Yeah,
like you are probably going to die in that scenario.
People who do that shit are insane.
Yeah. I don't think because I'm just too claustrophobic. I don't think I could ever do like any cave exploration shit.
You have to have really good breath control too. Like a little bit of panicking and you're fucked.
You have to stay stone cold Steve Austin the entire time.
And shit can go bad within like 5 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why they have so many fucking safety measures, so many safety courses. You go in with a partner, a spotter to make sure that you don't fucking die. You make sure they don't fucking die.
Yeah.
Because you guys are literally holding each other's lives accountable for each other.
Mountaineering and shit like that. Like that shit would probably be so scary too. Like
I'd much rather do mountaineering than some like underwater. I would just think I have a fear of drowning.
I feel like
I'd rather do mountains just because it's like you can see what is around you for the most part.
Yeah, I'd rather get mauled to death than drown to death.
You can visibly, on the mountain, you might get mauled, you might freeze to death, you might fall to your death. You might get like
death isn't so bad.
You don't feel it.
You know, like the thing is like it gets bad. It starts hurting, but then after a while, once like the cold really sets into the bones and everything starts
once you have permanent frostbite.
Like once all your senses start fading, it's like a pleasant. Some say it's a warm death. Because it's like
I have actually heard that too.
Yeah, but what is that? What is that length? What is that length of time where
pretty quick?
It feels like shit
very quickly.
Okay.
If you're on like Everest,
I'm surprised how quickly you die in like cold.
Yeah.
Do you guys want a painless death?
I don't particularly care because I feel like when I die, it's just gonna be momentary pain for that amount of time.
Yeah. Unless you get tortured or something.
Yeah, I just don't want to be tortured. Like,
just don't torture me, guys.
If I'm bleeding out, just let me go.
Yeah, I wonder because like at that point, like you probably have so much like adrenaline running through you,
I'm
like
gonna die in like the next 10 or so
you're
minutes.
probably not thinking about it. Yeah. I'm chill. My mindset is so keen right now. I'm so Gucci.
I'm trying to cope with other things. My physical body will die.
I have another battle I need to prepare for, okay?
I'm about to go into the void. I need some time.
Quick, where's a sword? Give me a sword. You're bleeding out. Give me a knife, something.
I need it. I need anything.
I'm about to go Modern Warfare 3 on this fucking void entity.
God.
Will I say slurs?
That's for what I win. I'm gonna teabag again.
I'm gonna call the collective consciousness a slur.
Wait, so if you beat the entity, what happens?
I take over.
He is the entity now.
And then I die after, and then I'm fighting you.
It's really just the Dark Souls series.
Oh shit.
That's lore I don't know.
Dark Souls the entire time. The whole way down.
Oh. Life is the worst Souls like I've ever played.
If you lose against me, you go back to the bonfire.
The bonfire? What is that? Your mom's womb?
Your dad's womb.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Life is garbage.
I'm sending you back to the testicle. Train again.
You wake up as a sperm. Fuck.
I got a race.
This is your first battle. They send you back to the pod races.
Those are like pod racing.
That was like a fucking Family Guy skit, wasn't it?
Probably. Oh yeah, with Stewie and like his evil twin or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why do I know about Family Guy?
Because you watch
it when we're together. You literally just pull it up on your phone.
Time.
Yeah,
we'll just be doing
you
something.
Just smoke a bunch of weed and then you pull out.
Yeah, I like disassociate. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's tough. It's scary stuff.
Man, fuck Family Guy.
All right. Yeah, that's been.
I'm gonna go eat some McNuggets.
This has been Null Thought, sponsored by Family Guy
and my McDonald's.
Cue outro.